Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today I would like to share something really exciting with you. It is a new brush set from the brand I Heart Makeup, the makers of Makeup Revolution. Tam Beauty kindly sent me this brush set, and it is a set of 5 brushes. It is the Unicorn's Dream brushes. It is the limited edition makeup set from, well, it's exclusive to Boots at the moment, and it is £20. So it looks like this. So it comes in this gorgeous packaging, and there you can see the stunning brushes. So what I'm going to do for you today, and you can see that I'm barefaced, is to share a makeup look with you using these gorgeous brushes so that you can see how they perform and what I actually think of them. So like I say, it's a set of 5 brushes. Now you can use them for powder, highlighting and eyeshadow. Now I have a brush for powder, so what I'm going to do today is test that one out for say blusher. I'm going to contour with this one, and the others I'm going to use for my eyes. So I'm really excited to share this with you. So what I'm going to do, just open this for you, and then we can look a little bit more closely at the brushes. So the brushes consist of, obviously this is synthetic hair, you've got a mixture, and this is why they're called the Unicorn, I think Dream, yeah, Unicorn Dream brushes. You can see why, because of this gorgeous multicolour brush at the end here. Then you've got the metal here, and then you have got this, which is representative of a unicorn's horn on its head. Obviously they are really pretty, they look stunning, and I mean, who wouldn't want these on their dresser or their table or wherever you store your makeup? I think these are perfect. They're gorgeous. They're also full size as well, and like I say, they are limited edition, so if you are interested in these, you may want to pick these up sooner rather than later. And like I say, they are exclusive to Boots, so if you're lucky enough to have a store obviously that stocks these, they will be in store, and obviously I've shown you the box that they come in, so they may or may not be in your local Boots store. Some of these stores like Superdrug, some stores stock certain products and ranges. Alternatively, of course, you can pick this up from boots.com. But I love that. So that one obviously is for powder. Today I'm going to use it for brush. I'm going to use the brush for a blush, just to test that one out. So there's that one. Then there's this one. So that one was obviously the larger one. This one is more of the medium-sized one. They seem really soft to start with, really nice. And actually I've just noticed, because I can't see it in the when I'm filming, but this one is more so. I just thought this was silver actually, but now I've seen it, it's not silver, it's actually multicoloured. So even more stunning. And I just love it. And the handle, although it looks very white in the light, because it's a very sunny day today, that one also, it's a little bit like oil on water. It looks really pretty, and I hope you can see that. You can certainly see the pinks and the greens there, so I hope you can. So stunning, love that one, and I will use this one for, I think, contour today. And then we've got let me just put those down. And then we've got the next one, which is for eyeshadow. So this is I think, is it the largest one? Let's have a look. This is like the fluffy eyeshadow brush. So it's definitely rounded. You can see that. So this one I would use, and you'll see me use this in a moment, for putting the eyeshadow in my crease and for blending that out. So another stunning and really useful brush there. The next one I would say is, I would use this for getting right in the crease, because it's quite flat, this one. The first one I showed you, or the one before this one, was fluffy. This one is flat. And you can either use it to pack the eyeshadow on, or you could use it to go into the crease, get right in there. So like I say, they're all full size. And then the very last one out of the set is, now I have got and I'm using the brow pomade, or I've used the brow pomade from Makeup Revolution today, and you can use this brush for that kind of, so you know, putting your brow product on, or I'm going to test it out. I'm going to see if I can put product underneath the eye, because obviously I've already done my brows, so it's just really a test to see how these perform and, you know, what I actually think of them. But I mean, I love the packaging, it is just stunning. So let me bring my brushes over here and my makeup. So I've got hopefully everything here. Right, so what I'm going to do first of all is to contour using this brush here. So I'm going to try this one. I just love the colours. I just think it's so pretty, lovely. I think this is the most gorgeous brush set I've got, because usually I'll go for these because of the practicality of them. They work for me. So I'm hopeful that not only do these look really lovely and pretty, that they're going to work really well as well. So I'm going to just pull my mirror forward. So what I'm going to use today is, and it is my favourite contour at the moment, which is the Renaissance Glow palette. I love this. I've used it every single day since I've had it, and to be honest, the one that I used to use was my Makeup Revolution Pro HD Powder Contour. To be honest, I don't use that anymore, not since I've got this anyway. Now I'm just going to dip this brush into the product, and then I'm going to pop that on my face. So let's do this side so you can actually see. So obviously you could use this for blush, contour, anything like that really. I mean, to be honest, there's no rules, is there, with how you use brushes or how you put your makeup on. I mean, you might be able to use these brushes for different things to what I'm sharing with you today, but for the purposes of this video, I just really wanted to test them out, see what I thought. They're incredibly soft. Even though they are synthetic, they really, and they're working the powder in very nicely as well. There's no harshness to them, you know, they don't feel rough on the skin or anything like that. And they're also distributing the product really well as well. There are some brushes that you get that are so harsh, they just won't move that product, but this is really blending it in very nicely. Love that. And I really do like all my cheap products really blended. I really like them as natural as possible. So this is a test, definitely a test for this brush, because that is how I like my makeup to look. Very blended, very natural. A little bit more in the middle. I think because it's so bright today, so bright, so sunny, and it's been extremely warm in East Anglia over the last week or few days, at least 4 to 5 days. So yeah, I love that. That's worked really, really well. Now what I want to do is put my blush on. So for that, I'm going to use the fluffy brush. Now obviously you can use this for powder. You know, I could certainly do that, but to be honest, I've already put my powder on and I want to use this. I think this is going to be really good for me for blush powder. So here's my blush. Now the one I'm using today is my absolute favourite, and it is Now it's a contour palette from Makeup Revolution. I'll put it down below because it's been in my makeup bag so long that it's all rubbed off. But it is this, and it's the matte one, and I'll have to put it, although this one says Makeup Revolution, and I've said this many times before, it's not in the Makeup Revolution brand anymore. It's actually in I Heart Makeup. So what I'm going to do is I'll put the link down below for how you can get this off I Heart Makeup. That just shows you how long I've had this palette. So I'm just going to dip the brush in, and I'm just going to add the blush now. So again, this is a real, poked myself in the eye. So this again is a real test for this brush, because again, I really like a well blended blush. I really can't stand it, you know, when you have a streak of blush there. And even this, although it's actually distributed that really, really nicely, really well actually. I always go in with my foundation brush and just blend it in a little bit more. That is how I like to wear my blusher. But that is absolutely gorgeous. So I could definitely use this for blush. Just going to put a bit more on, just for the purpose of this video. Love it. Also, I really like the fact that I always store these, so I'm putting this in a container on my, you know, so I can keep them all nice and clean off my table, although the table is clean, but you know, it's easy access for me. And they do actually go into a container on my my table upstairs. And what I like about these is they are so tall compared to my regular brush that they're definitely going to stand out, and I'll be able to grab these. So that is a really good point. I absolutely love the size of them. They're fantastic. So now I've done that, what I want to do is put a little bit of highlight on. Now I'm going in with the Makeup Revolution Skin Kiss because, and I've mentioned this before, I love this, and the reason I love it is because it gives me a little bit of highlight without it being too light. Although sometimes I like that frosty look, it doesn't really appeal to me all the time. I prefer a nice blended highlight that blends in with my blush. So I'm using the Skin Kiss Peach Kiss highlighter, and again I'm going in with this brush. Usually I would use a different brush, but for the purpose of this video I want to see, you know, how many uses I can get out of these brushes, especially for you watching. So this is obviously the second largest brush, so I'm just going to dip it into the product and then just pop that on the cheek. Actually it'd be better if I did it the other side so you could see the highlight and how that blends that. That has put that on very nicely. Now I use the Morphe M501, and I find sometimes with that you can put it on and it's like a, you know, a streak. I mean, it's a very good brush, and I absolutely love it. It's my favourite. But because this is larger, it's blended in that highlight really well, and I love it. So another use for that brush. So blush and highlight, so really good. Now for the eyes. Now over the last few days I have been sharing with you the new amplified palettes from Makeup Revolution. Now this one is Commitment, and I've done a whole video for you on that. So if you're interested in that, you can just look at my channel, or I can certainly link that down below for you if you're interested in that. So this palette today I'm going to use in this eye look, and of course I'm going to be testing out these brushes. So what I'm going to do first of all, I'm going to read out the name of the shade that I'm going to use, and then, you know, see how we get on with these brushes. So I'm going to start with this one first of all. It's very fluffy, and I think that will work very well for this. So I think I'm going to go in with the shade Pledge, which is like a brown, but it's got quite a pink tone to it, and that's that's the kind of look that I usually go for, and that's the, you know, what I want to do today. So I'm just going to put that on the eye. These palettes are so pigmented. It's unbelievable. Wow. So I'm taking that up quite high. That is perfect. I hardly put any of the product on the brush, and it is so pigmented, but this brush, it's working really well. As you know, my favourite brush is the Primark brush because that is contoured. Now the other one, no, that isn't contoured, is it? No, it's not contoured. So, but I'm finding this really well. The bristles actually are quite long on this, and it's making it, although they're quite densely packed, it is making it very, very easy to apply. Now I'm just going to see if I can blend that side out a little bit more. I'm going to put a little bit more on this side, I think, to try and I want them obviously to match. Oh, lovely. I mean, that colour is just gorgeous. Love it. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put on a little bit of a deeper colour. And again, I think I'm going to, no, I'm not. I'm going to swap over to this. So I'm going to put on a little bit of a deeper colour. I'm just going to see if I can blend out this. I think I just put too much on. I'm still not quite used to these palettes because they are so pigmented, as you can see. They're so soft. And I must admit, this brush is incredibly soft for the eye. I do find that a lot of eye brushes, they really scratch my eyes, and I really, really don't like that. I've found out recently that I must have quite sensitive eyes because I do seem to be having a lot of problems with them. But now what I'm going to do, I'm going to put the deeper colour on with this fluffy one because I want to save this one, the flat one, for my actual crease. Not my crease, my lid. But yeah, I really like that. It's given me a depth of colour which, to be honest, I find quite difficult to achieve, especially there, because I've got a little bit of a hooded lid, or hooded eye I should say. I find it quite difficult to get the depth of colour there, and that this brush has really created that for me. And I think the eyeshadow is pretty good too. So I'm going in with I think I'm going to go with a purple shade, and that one is Stand Up. So I'm going to go gently with this one rather than swirling the brush in this time. And I'm just going to put that in the crease. See how that works. Perfect. Just to give a little bit of depth of colour. Not that I need too much because it is already quite deep. Love it. Very good at blending as well. So love that. Now what I want to do, and I've saved this brush, I want to try and pack on some a shimmer shade. So I think I'm going to go for, I quite like light shimmers on the eye, and I'm going to go for Dedicate. Dedicate? Yeah. I'm going to go for Dedicate. So I'm just going to put that on the brush, and then I'm going to sweep that over the lid. Now, as you know, I usually do this with my finger, but for this video, I really want to see how these brushes perform. And that, because usually I can't get a brush to put the shimmer shade on because I just find that it just doesn't give me the intensity I want. But this has really added that very, very well. So I'm really pleased so far. I also find, I don't know why, but the shimmer shade always goes on really well this eye and not this eye. So this is going to be definitely a test. That is perfect. I'm really, really pleased with that. I'm just going to blend. I'm really loving that. Love that eye look. And then obviously I've got to put a little bit of colour under the eye, and I'm going to use this again for the purpose of this video to show how this performs. Obviously this is more of a brow brush. You could use it as a brow brush, but to be honest, you can use these brushes for anything that you want. So again, I'm going to go into, which one is it this time? Pledge again, which is that first shade that I used, and I'm just going to line under the eye. This is the type of brush that if you really like me, put on one colour and then I put a deeper colour there. I'm not going to today because I think this colour is deep enough. This is going to get really tight into the under eye for you. It really is very, very precise as well. Loving that. Just going to revert back to the original eye brush, the fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend that out just to make sure that it's not too harsh. And now I'm going to put on a little bit of mascara, and the mascara I'm using is the Nip and Fab mascara that I got free in their free pack. I really, really loved the Viper mascara. I also really love the Primark mascara. I think my best one is the Viper, and I've got to get some more of that, and of course that is from Makeup Revolution. I've had to stop using that because obviously recently I've had some eye issues again, so just in case I'm not using that, and I've got to get another one when I next place an order. So I'm just using the Nip and Fab one. I do find that the Nip and Fab one does give a nice intensity to the eye, but it really is, it's quite a wet formulation I'm finding, and it doesn't give any fullness to the lashes. It adds definition, definitely, but nothing much more. So now I'm just going to put on a lipstick, and I'm using the Renaissance lipstick in the shade Greatest, which is my absolute favourite. I've been using Vow quite a bit because I find that goes a lot with, you know, purples and things like that, and the looks that I've been doing, orange looks and that, over the last couple of days. But I've gone back to Greatest because I thought, you know, I don't want to wear Vow again. And I must admit, this look really does look very, very nice. So I'll just show you the brushes one more time all together, and of course I will be adding images for you on Instagram. So here are all 5 of the brushes. Like I say, they are £20. They're exclusive to Boots stores if you're lucky enough to have them in your local Boots store or boots.com, and they are a limited edition, so if you do want these, certainly pick them up sooner rather than later to avoid disappointment. So I'm really glad, and like I say, I'm so grateful that Tam Beauty decided to send these to me. I love these, and to be honest, I probably would have picked them up anyway because I just absolutely love the brand. So I hope that you enjoyed that today, and I hope you enjoyed that tutorial. And if you did, thumbs up, and of course just thumbs up to support me. But thank you so much for watching. Until next time, thank you. Bye.